Okay, so my name is Alexandria Jimenez, and this is my evaluation plan. So I will be evaluating Centennial Elementary After School Program. So this program is free for students who are grades 1st through 6th. This program is both state and federally funded. Program time begins at 2:05 when students are dismissed from school up until 6 o'clock p.m. Right now, we currently have 213 students who are enrolled in the program, and this program has been running for 11 years strong. So this after-school program is partnered and operated by California Teaching Fellows Foundation. So we are a part of Fresno Unified, but all of the employees and tutors are through California Teaching Fellows Foundation. So the stakeholders of the program include students, tutors, teachers, administrators, Fresno Unified School District, parents, California Teaching Fellows Foundation, the local community, and the state and federal funding companies. So the mission statement is as follows. Centennial After School Program seeks to provide a safe, supportive, and structured environment that supports overall health, well-being, and to enrich the lives of children in the community. Our program looks to enhance parent involvement. In doing so, we support families in their efforts to reach their goals. The Centennial After School Program will maintain and continue to communicate and collaborate with daytime teachers to be in accordance with teaching techniques. So this mission statement will play a role in the rest of the evaluation as well. So here is the logic model. In the logic model, there is input, output, and outcomes. So in the input, there is a variety of enrichment activities. So just making sure that there's a range of activities for the different types of students that we have enrolled in the program. State standard curriculum, any activities or curriculum, the enrichments that are all given to the students should be following the California state standards. Third-party shows and entertainment, so bringing third-party companies onto our campus in order to entertain the students. Motivated tutors, this provides a safe, supportive, and welcoming environment for the students to be in during the after-school program. Parent involvement and making sure that we have meetings and that we have events for parents to be a part of and to be involved with. Administration support, making sure that we have administration on our side and that they support our mission, what we stand for, and what we do in our after school program. And finally, field trips. So providing field trips for students so that they're able to see places outside of their community that they may otherwise not have the means to do so on their own. So output, number of students enrolled. So with this, of course, wanting to maximize the number of students who are within our program and staying at where our ratios should be. So just making sure that we're at max capacity that we are able to every semester. Number of parents engaged, so increasing this number and making sure that they're there during the activities and that they are engaged in everything that's going on. Number of students involved and engaged. This really speaks to students who are participating in the events that we are providing. So just making sure that they're having a good time, that they want to be there, and that they are invested in what we have done for them. And then finally, the student, parent, teachers, administration, completion of surveys. So within these surveys, this would really give them the chance to tell us what they like about program, what they don't like about program, possible changes, and ways that we could enhance our program. For outcomes, there would be improved self-efficacy of the student. So having a sense of independence, that they are able to do things and learning skills that go beyond the classroom. Improved attitudes about program. So if there are any pre-existing negative attitudes about program, through our efforts and the activities that we have for the students, that these attitudes would be changed and they would become more positive about the program. Acquisition of skills, as I spoke to, gaining skills from these enrichments that go beyond the classroom. So when they leave after school program, how are these skills going to help them outside? Are they going to be able to carry these skills lifelong? Increase social skills, so being able to interact with tutors, with their peers and other teachers, that we would see better social skills of students who are in after school program compared to those who are not. And then finally, involvement in the community. So things like community service and volunteer work to give the students a chance to be a part of their community and to feel connected to where they live. So for the evaluation questions, there are 10. Number 1, how many students are enrolled in the school and in the after-school program? So this is looking at the percentage of students, a percentage of students who are in after-school program compared to the entire school population. What is the staff to student ratio? So this number is important to make sure that our staff is not overwhelmed and that they are able to provide the supervision that is necessary for each of the students. Number 3, what are the academic grades of students who are enrolled in after-school programs? So looking at their grades and comparing them to students who are not in after-school program to see if they're better, are they worse, are they the same? So really getting a grasp on how after-school program is affecting their grades. Number 4, what educational California state standards are being implemented in the curriculum? So as I stated, all the curriculum that is provided for the students should be meeting California state standards. So going through the lesson plans that the tutors prepare, and making sure that these lessons are the standards are outlined and that they're clearly stated, and what the students are gaining from the lesson. Number 5, what continuous quality improvement standards are being displayed and modeled for the students? So these CQI standards are California's after-school program standards. There are 12 of them. Each of these standards has examples and ways that they can be modeled for the students. So of these 12, we should be seeing at least three of these standards being implemented within the program. Number 6, how is funding being utilized? So looking at where the money is going, is it going toward just making sure that the money is being utilized in a way that would benefit program overall. Number 7, what types of training do tutors receive to perform adequately? So tutors do attend a monthly training, but really looking at what types of training are they going to and what training are they receiving to be able to perform their best for the students. Number 8, what types of enrichment activities are offered for the students? So looking again and making sure that there is a variety of enrichment programs, that they're not repetitive, and that these enrichment activities will provide them with development skills as well. Number 9, what are the steps for handling disciplinary actions? So when it comes to discipline, just making sure that the after-school program isn't a place for them to be free and get away with whatever they want, but just seeing how is discipline handled. So when a situation arises, what are the steps and how would the situation carry out? Number 10, how many events are held that parents can get involved in? So really getting a number, because in the mission, it states that we want parents to be involved, but it's hard for parents to be involved if we have very limited activities. So methods to obtain data, direct data collection for the numbers, the ratios, the percentages, all those, the hard data that we are collecting from programs like ERC and Atlas. Surveys, as I mentioned, from parents, from students, from teachers, administrators, and being able to see their thoughts and opinions of what program looks like for them, what they would like to see. Focus groups. So focus groups would be specifically with teachers, administration, and tutors. And within these focus groups, really just talking about what observations we have in program, what is working, what is not working, and how we could make program better. Observations. This would come from a third-party observation, and really just to look a non-biased observation of the standards that are being implemented, the curriculum, and that students are truly gaining something from our program. So all of the data that would be collected, this would be a mixture of both qualitative and quantitative data. And then communicating the results. So in order to communicate these results, there would be meetings with the immediate stakeholders. So the stakeholders who are more immediate to us, tutors, teachers, parents, and administration. For the other stakeholders who are a little bit farther drawn out from us, those results would be shared more on a need-to-know basis. So if those results were requested or if something came up where the results were needed, that information would be shared with them, but not necessarily a specific meeting for them. Within these meetings, they would be presented in a PowerPoint, just like this one, and I think within the PowerPoint presentation, it's important to make sure that critical, significant, meaningful numbers are highlighted and really shown throughout the PowerPoint. And just making sure that everything is clear and concise so whoever is there has a good understanding of what we are talking about. And then finally, these would be shared at the end of each semester to look for, at changes from semester to semester and year to year to see what is happening in our program. So the considerations for this, there's multiple constraints, personal biases, political influence, and ethical considerations that go into this. One of the big ones is funding and budget. So making sure that we have the money and it's within our budget to provide all of these things for our students. And within this assessment, making sure that we have the funds to do that as well. If we need third-party companies for materials and supplies, paper, pencil, things like that to administer the surveys, just making sure that we have the means to do that. So personal biases, positive and negative views about the after-school program, both views can really can really dictate what a person says about our program. So that could be something that we need to consider. Resistance to cooperation, so anyone who's not willing to really be a part of the process, who doesn't want to participate and doesn't want to be a part of it. Rules and regulations of the school site and district, so political influence, things that are out of our control, out of our power, and things that we need to abide by even if we may not necessarily agree with them. So student confidentiality, so there may be issues with obtaining student records, student grades or files, documents, things like that, because of student confidentiality and maybe an unwillingness to give up that information. And then the final one is trustworthiness of the data collection. So if it was our tutors that were collecting data or somebody within the program, just making sure that the data that they are giving is raw and true. And that is it. That is my presentation. Thank you so much for a great semester, and I hope you enjoy your summer. Thank you.